positives from last week up in Michigan. What do you take, Graham?
I think at times we ran the ball well, but I mean that's, to be honest, like we got to be better, and I thought the guys fought. They did some, they're competing well. We had, at the offensive line position, we down some bodies, and DJ I thought really fought really hard because I know he was hurting throughout the day, and the way he continued to battle, that speaks volumes about him. And so proud of some of that, but still at the end of the day, like, we expect to score more. And like I said, I think rushing the football was we did some good things there, but we just got to be more consistent with it.
Walter's talked about rallying the guys around the last 3 games. How have you seen their response?
They've been great, and I think that Walt's done an unbelievable job of, kind of like you said, trying to rally the guys, trying to get the guys, excited for these final 3 games, and I think it's something we can really build on, and it'll be big for us moving forward, and obviously, especially on our side of the ball, we do have a lot of people banged up, so there may be some people playing that haven't got as much reps, or maybe some young guys get thrown into the fire that will be big for us as we continue to try to build this program. And so I think preparing the right way and going out and playing the right way is going to be extremely important. And I think the guys have done a great job of kind of taking that message. And, we've only had 1 practice since then, but, we've had to be smart with the way we practice just because of our numbers, but they did a heck of a job.
How valuable is that building depth for the future? And I know there's still 3 games and you want to win 3 games, but, especially at skill positions, at receiver, you've got guys that probably never thought they were going to see the field that are being starters now. So.
For sure. At that, at the receiver position and probably the O-line position are probably the 2 spots where the numbers have been kind of banged up the most, or gotten kind of, we've had to get creative on those 2. And so, like you said, guys that probably didn't plan on, being thrown to the fire this early are going to get thrown in there. And so, I've always said, like, the one thing you can't ever replace is like experience. The game experience is better than any other type of experience. And so, the more reps you get, I think the better you get at anything, but especially like live game reps on a Saturday against Big Ten opponents, like, there's no replacing those, and the value that'll bring to our guys. So getting those guys, getting as many guys as we are right now, getting reps and let them play against Big Ten opponents, I think will be huge for what we're trying to build.
What do you want to see from Hudson here down the stretch?
I think that last week I thought he played with a lot more confidence, and I think for the first time since he kind of got banged up, I thought he was moving quickly, and it didn't always go exactly the way he wanted, obviously, but like his body language, the way he was carrying himself, the way he was executing, the way he was, the discipline with his feet, I thought that's the best he's looked since he kind of got banged up. So I think you're starting to see, like, he's starting to get more and more comfortable, starting to feel better, getting his confidence back a little bit. And so I think just building on that and continuing to do that, like, be super disciplined with your reads, be super disciplined with your feet, and be a guy that can energize the offense. And that's something, that I talked to him a lot about. And when he's out there with good bounce, with great body language, playing fast, you can see it, and I think the other guys rally around it.
Speaking of that, Kyle Adams, probably your 3rd or 4th quarterback on the roster, but it seems like Hudson uses him as a soundboard and just a guy with a high IQ that, you guys can filter things through.
For sure.
Like on game day.
Kyle's an awesome dude, and, my room is all, like, you couldn't ask for better people in there. And with Kyle, Geloff does a great job for us. Both those guys are doing a lot of signaling for us. But they're both really smart dudes as well, and they're smart guys that just carry themselves the right way, come prepared the right way. They just, like I said, they do everything right. And so when that's the case, like you said, like as Hudson comes off, they are a sounding board. They are, and even if it might be asking him what hey, what y'all see? What did it look like out, from y'all's perspective? When you got 2 guys that, like I said, prepared the right way and are intelligent, I think that, he has more trust asking those questions, but also just like I said, because of the type of people they are, it might be he can talk to them about something on the sideline that's not, man, I missed this, or like just a guy that you can talk to about what's going on, and kind of can get your mind reset back, And so having those 2 dudes, like the value they bring, I don't think you can really put a number on,
Are there any true freshmen or redshirt freshmen who may get a longer peek at down the stretch?
Yeah, I think that Branch at the receiver position, that especially with just the numbers we have in there, has the chance to get in there, and he's still, like I said, learning the offense, and he's been on the look team most of the year. But if we can get him ready to go. He'd be a guy that we'd love to get reps on. Tibbs, obviously, who's gotten some reps. And so those are two guys that, like I said, true freshmen at the receiver position that these last 3 games could be really big for.
Going back to that last drive against Michigan, is that something you're conscious of? You know they've not given up more than 10 points all season. Did you want that touchdown just for a little momentum going forward?
Well, obviously you always want a touchdown. It doesn't, like,
Right.
you know, we weren't thinking about, hey, we got a chance to score more than anyone else has scored on them, obviously. But we definitely want to put together a good drive and go execute. And I thought the guys did a great job of that. And the other thing, you know, the game was pretty, obviously out of hand. But for them to continue to go out there and fight and play hard and move the football like they did, I was really proud of the way they finished it. Obviously, like, that's what we want to do the whole game, you know what I mean? And that's what we're trying to build to, being able to do that consistently for 4 quarters. But to do that in that last drive was, like I said, I was proud of the way that they, you know, there's no quit. They just keep fighting, they keep competing, you know, and to go get that final touchdown was big. And like I said, a heck of a play by Deion and Hudson right there on the final one. But throughout that drive, like, we did a nice job in the run game. We popped some runs. Threw a couple nice screens, getting people out in front of them, and then hit a big play. And so, like I said, hopefully that creates some momentum moving forward.